Hello, my darlings. I am so looking forward to sharing this teaching with you around Teresa of Avila, because as I was writing, I really connected with her absolutely amazing energy. And I'm smiling because I'm like, why do I always get surprised about how relevant this goddess is in 2022? Okay. And also, I'm kind of trusting why is she kind of coming in now that I feel that we need to connect with her. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a little bit about her. So I've taken this card from the Divine Feminine Goddess card deck, just for you to really see who she is, and we will connect with her. Because I think it's very, very important once you hear just how amazing she is at this time. And I feel actually that you being drawn to watch this teaching, that there's something in it for you. And as I speak, my intention is that you will really get to connect with her energy, because as I was writing and connecting with her, I could really, really feel like her graceful but strong and beautiful presence. So Teresa of Avila is Our Lady of the Interior Life, right? So we all know it's about going within, okay? So she is one of these, one of the two goddesses. It was her and Sekhmet. So in the next video, I'll be doing Sekhmet. And it's just so amazing, because when I look at both of those goddesses, I really feel that she's very much got the divine feminine, and Sekhmet is really bringing in the divine masculine energies. So it now makes sense why we've been given two for 2022. Now, Teresa of Avila is the goddess that is here to help us connect to love and truth, okay? And this year with indigo, like indigo is one of the colors that is really about trusting and truth and intuition, okay? So she's also very much around following our intuition. And for her teachings were that for us to connect with this love and truth that is available to us, then we've got to turn inward, okay? And I have found myself that this year, I have been doing much more kind of inner work in comparison to, we'll say, other years. So it's making total sense. Now, what's also very interesting, again, nothing is par hasard. She was born in Avila, Spain, but in 1515. Okay, so from a numerology point, when you add 1 + 5, it's 6. So that's 6. So there's 2 6s in there, which is linked. 6 is associated with indigo. So again, this means to me, or is a sign for me, that she is a very, very important goddess to be working with. And if you haven't started working with her and get to know her, I would highly recommend that you do so, okay? Also, we know that this year is about going within. We know this year is about, connecting with the soul, being soul led. She is the goddess that will help us find the answers within our own soul. Okay, so call on her before you even go to bed at night, or if you really want to connect with what is the next phase of your soul, or what does your soul want you to know, then she could be a great channel to help you connect with your soul's guidance. Now, let me give you a little bit of a history around her. So she was, as a teen, she had many illnesses, right? She was quite ill, and this caused her to be confined to bed. And as a result, she actually started exploring her own thoughts. Now, this is also something that we're focusing on, about really being mindful about our thoughts and our habits. And she read many, many books, any book that she could find on around spiritual exploration, contemplative prayer. She really was all over it. And as a result of that, she really dedicated her life to the interior world. Okay. She entered the Carmelite convents in Avila in 1535. And while she was in there, she really emphasized the importance of contemplative prayer. And she really brought that into the convent as well, and into the, share that with her sisters, right? Then over time, the Carmelite was reformed, and it was joined by St. John of the Cross. And so what she did then was, with that combination, she actually founded 17 convents all over Spain, okay? At the age of 44, she actually had visions of Jesus in bodily form, but actually it remained, he remained invisible to the eye, right? So that really also is a sign as well, which I think, why she's coming in for this year, is that we really are going to be asked to believe without seeing, right? To really trust and believe what we're sensing. Then what she also did was she wrote books around what she was learning, around the guidance was coming in, around the visions that she got with the visitations from Jesus and the messages she got for him. And one of her masterpieces was called The Interior Castle. And what this does is, in this book, it charts the ascendant of the soul as an inner journey through 7 mansions, which would be states of being which exist within. Okay. So what she taught really, in, let's say 2 or 3 sentences, she taught that God dwells in our soul. And so we have said this before. We know this on a kind of a soul level. We know this on a conscious level here in Divinely Prosper, that actually, the divine is us, right? The divine is within us. And she also said that we ourselves are the castles, and that the door of entry to this castle is through prayer and meditation, right? So it's really about taking the time to connect and nourish your soul, to sit in silence, to do those meditations, to do those healings, that all that we have available in Divinely Prosper, to really be able to enter this castle and go through the various states of being, to really discover the magnificence and the possibility that is here for you. And this is amazing, because this really is what 2020 is all about, okay? Now, what she also did was, with that knowledge and based on her own kind of personal spiritual experience, she, gave these instructions that would help people to, to go to the 7th mansions of the soul, right? Because when you get to the 7th mansion, this is where your soul ascends. So this is kind of a bit like what I have been saying before, that in fact, what we're doing here is like the big job here in Divinely Prosper and in the work that I do, is that the light, the divine truth is coming in, and we're obviously clearing all the lack, all the stories, all the blind spots. We are stepping in to our greater selves, we're letting go of past identities and programs. But in doing that, maybe you don't realize, but you will feel that you're really, what you're doing is you're becoming lighter on the physical for you to be able to embody the light. And as you embody the light and it gets right through the whole body, then you ascend, okay? And this requires us to go inward, because the more that we go inward, the stronger that the light is, okay? She also knew, which I think was quite interesting when I read it, was that she also knew intimately about spiritual wealth, that we all possess and have access to this if we're willing to go inward. So it's like, if you want more wealth, increase your divine connection. If you want more wealth, grow your intuition, expand your intuition. If you want to have more wealth, get to know who you are on a soul level and start living from that place. So she is also one to help connect with that spiritual power that will enable you and enable us all to experience the divine truth about wealth and money, okay? Then the other thing about her is that she, which is what we're kind of doing here in the divine feminine teachings, she was able to discern the presence, the guidance is coming in, like, is it the presence of the soul? Is it a saint? Is it a holy person? And so this is why actually I think it's important to connect with different beings, different, the Arcturians, get a sense for that so you can feel that energy, get a sense for, in this instance, Teresa of Avila, get a sense for Kuan Yin, get a sense for Lakshmi, get a sense for your own guidance, because it's only then you will really start to get to know, like getting to know, a friend. Like, you'll only get to know a friend by spending time and by connecting with them. And it's the same with these, with connecting in with the energy, to understand for you, how can you sense the different energies that are kind of coming in, okay? But what she also declared, which is really the purpose of developing your spiritual, consciousness, your spiritual body, your spiritual self, is that with that, then you become more connected with the divine. And what she declared is that if you've got God, you will want for nothing. Okay, that God alone suffices. So it's like, you don't have to worry. The divine, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is on your side, and you have nothing to worry about. Everything is working out in divine and perfect order. And so what I really feel very strongly is that those of us that are on this high frequency path, those of us that can see this bigger picture, that we actually have nothing to worry about, okay? Because we just have to follow the guidance, even though sometimes it mightn't make any logical sense, knowing that actually we have God on our side, right? Because the divine needs us as much as we need them as well at this point, because we are here, as anchors for them to be able to bring in the higher frequency through us and get this message out and reach the people that are we're meant to connect with, to raise the consciousness of this planet and to create this love-based culture, which is the purpose of why Divinely Prosper was created. And you know that you're part of that creation, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So what I'd say the message here, like the overall message, is to, and this is what Teresa of Avila, encouraged, is to meditate, right? To pray, to go inward, to meet with the presence of your soul, to really connect with your soul, to know your soul blueprint. Who am I in a soul level? What have I got available to me? What am I here to learn? What have I got? What I've been born with? Using and knowing the soul of who you are and harnessing that blueprint that has been given to you to really, really get to know all of you. And in doing that, you're letting go of other roles, identities, things that no longer serve you. And you are allowed then to really, really experience what it fully means to be in all of your glory. All right. So what she has, is asking us today is that we believe, okay, that we believe in ourselves, that we believe in the power that we are sensing, and that the answers that we want are also real, they're already there, and that we can access them by going inward and by asking, right? So she's here in 2022 for us to encourage us to all move that inner truth out into the world with confidence and conviction. Okay, so it's like, this is why it's worth taking the time to kind of connect with her, to get to know her, to allow her to support you as well. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get you to connect with her. And I want you to take a breath in there for a minute. And just let go. And I want you to take another breath in. And the out breath, let go. And I want you to take another breath in. And on this out breath, I just want you to see where your eyes are drawn to. So are your eyes drawn, we'll say, to the candle, to that light there in our heart, to the feather, to the bird, to the beautiful colored windows there, to her headdress, to the gorgeous halo behind her. Whatever you're drawn to, just the book, just see what you're drawn to. And I just want you to breathe the energy and the wisdom of whatever that icon is that you're drawn to. And I want you to breathe that energy in through every cell, every atom, every organ, every layer of your skin. And I want you to notice that you are vibrating to the energy and the frequency of that symbol, that icon. And now I want you to connect with her. I want you to imagine that she is looking into your eyes and you're looking into hers. And she is activating something within you that was either not activated or just needed a boost. Whatever that is, you will know. And now what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that your heart is directly connecting with her heart here. And you are connecting on a soul level with her. And she is really, really feeding you with love and truth and trust. And actually an increased divine connection. And letting that expand through every cell, every atom, every organ, every layer of your skin, into your energy, into the room you're in, the home you're in, the street you're in, the country you're in, and out through the whole wide world and beyond, and out to the galaxies. And you can ask her anything. Maybe you have a question that you want an answer to. Maybe you just want to sense her presence for the next few weeks. Whatever feels right for you. You can ask. And what I want you to do is I want you to place your hand over your left hand over your heart. And you're going to say these words that are written on here. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. So what do you sense from her energy? What do you connect with? What are the words that you would associate with her? Like what I connect with is the mystery, the self-belief, the belief, very great faith. I could really actually feel as well the Christ energy around her. What are you sensing? The mystery. And also I see that feather to remind me that I am the writer, the author of my life. I get to choose the story and what I want to experience. And it's also about kind of transcending any darkness or shadows and really allowing the light in. So what are you getting? I'd love for you to comment and share what your takeaway is. We can learn from each other. So we're just going to give thanks for Teresa of Avila to be with us. And we ask that we embody whatever it is our soul wants to embody from her scriptures, from her wisdom, from her knowledge, from her experience. Guiding us on the path of trust, truth, and love. So cross your hands over your knees to ground and anchor that in. Wonderful. So enjoy the journey with this beautiful goddess. Sending you so much love.